are back. Welcome back to another episode of the Game Boy Corner. Tonight we are going to be streaming another game that I owned as a kid, namely Probotector, which is the European version of Contra. Oh, right. Yeah, some of you might have noticed and are wondering why I am streaming so many shorter games nowadays, and that's mainly because I'm kind of a little sick and tired of having to split up my streams into pieces, like different parts, simply because they're too long. It's a little disorderly in my opinion, so right now, I feel like I want to do some shorter games because they fit perfectly into the in-betweens, like the weekdays. So I'm thinking about saving the longer games, like the more time-consuming games for the weekends. And yes, Probotector is definitely a short game. It's 5 stages. It's not as difficult as Batman Return of the Joker, which we did last night. Believe me, this time I'm sure, alright? Hey, Frepson. Welcome back. Yeah, so let's go right into it, shall we? Let me just switch over to the game scene. Here we go. Right on. Okay. Now, let's start it up. And, yeah, let's do this. I would say Probotector is alongside Super Mario Land 2. Probotector is probably my favorite game of all the games that I owned when I was a kid. All right, let's do it. So yeah, this is gonna be a really short stream. All right. Hold on. Alright, here we go! Oh, sorry, wrong game. Now, this is a game I have actually played a little later than Batman Return of the Joker, because I really like this game, and I have revisited it since. Yeah, actually, Probotector for the SNES, not the SNES, Probotector for the Nintendo Entertainment System, I have already streamed that. I've already done an episode of Probotector for the NES. I think it was back in April. So if you want to, you can go back and check that out. It's listed under highlights. The fun thing is, with Probotector, I never enjoyed spread. I mean, this weapon, and this weapon is one of the better weapons to be to use in this game. But I never enjoyed it. I always liked the more the automatic rifles. For the NES they have this auto shot, or rapid fire or something like that. Come on, get your head together. I always stand here. Catch him. As you may see, I know exactly where to stand. I played this game a lot. So, yeah. It'll be twice as fun when I fail. And you'll have your laughs. Oh yeah, homing. This is the weapon I go for when playing this game, because visually it doesn't look any different from spread, but this is actually a homing weapon. it kind of makes you overpowered. I mean, I have to admit. That was close. No, screw that. This song is by now pretty iconic. Also, Freppa, by the way, I'm sorry I didn't stream earlier, but I had this game in consideration, and because it is so short, I'm quite convinced that I will be ending the stream before you have to go to bed. So, don't you worry about a thing. We're already up to the first boss. Yeah, overpowered. I know. All you have to do is, like, you know, hold the fire button and kind of make and break this game. And I got an extra life. Awesome. I have to say, my teeth are actually pretty sore. After today, I was at I had a dentist appointment where I was scheduled to have my tartar buildup removed. I mean, yes, that is necessary for dental hygiene, but still, it's a very unpleasant experience, to say the least. They kind of abuse your gums. It feels like it anyway. Here's a trick to this enemy. You just stand here and you like edge yourself up and fire. Just as long as you have the homing weapon, you're all good. So yeah. I've made an oath. I've promised myself to really keep better track of my dental hygiene now, because I don't want to do this again. I mean, sure, a little tartar buildup is probably inevitable, but still, you know, it's like you can't allow it to go too far because it gets really, really expensive. Now, what I'm wondering is if I should go to the left or if I should go, like, to the right and stand behind the train. Because if I stand behind it, nobody can hurt me, but I don't think I can shoot them either. Yeah, now it's actually coming back to me. That's only a viable spot to stand in when you have the flame weapon, and the flame weapon employs, like, it gives splash damage, and that's good because when you fire this weapon, nothing really happens. Nothing gets through, you know. So we'll do it the normal way. Ooh, avoid that. Alright, so the enemies keep coming here from the left, and I wanna make sure to get everybody. Alright, wham wham waffle. Yeah, that's Prepson's word. You know what? Usually I go to the left. Should I go to the right today? Nah. Let's stick to what we know. More homing, but it doesn't really upgrade your weapon. It just doesn't remove it. Or replace it. Freppa, as always, tell me if something's wrong with the stream or anything. I appreciate your feedback. Now, let's, here's another trick. I know, you know, I always do this with these particular enemies. Again, stand here and just hold the fire button. I learned that pretty early, actually. That's what I'm saying. This weapon makes this game actually just a breeze. And for some reason, they've included these huge doors. I mean, this pair of huge doors, which I have to blast my way through to get to the boss. Yes, that's right. We're already at the boss for Stage 2. And yes, it's only 5 stages, so... But you bet your sweet ass this is gonna be a short stream. Alright. Yes! You have my complete confidence. Now, let's see... Yeah, Freppa, you're kind of like my go-to guy, my technical advisor. Like, whenever you're online, you're like the one I'm going to ask about the quality of the stream. All right, Area 3. This one is a blatant rip-off of the Waterfall level of the NES game. But I mean, of course they had to rip their own material off. I mean, it's the same game. It's the same basic game, but for the portable. It's a portable version of the same game. Actually, that makes it all the more impressive that they came up with new ideas. Like with the overhead levels, which I know is included in the SNES games. Or game. But, still. This is the only game where which made me privy to the overhead levels, because I never owned the Super Probotector or Contra 3, the Alien Wars. I wonder if there are those types of controversies even today. I'm thinking about the naming issue, like why it couldn't have been Contra in Europe as well. I know it was because of some bullshit reason that, oh, it's too violent with people running around and killing each other, so let's make them robots instead. I wonder if there's that kind of controversy today. Any instances where that is a thing still? Oh. I'm just gonna check this real quick, just see for myself that the stream is doing okay. Yeah. I'm jumping? Yeah. I jumped. Alright. Yeah, right. Poor robots. I know. Let's have robots slaughter each other instead. Or actually, it's robots battling aliens. As it was in the NES version, and as it is in this one. And actually, the final boss of this game is a little interesting. You'll see what I'm talking about when we get there. I'm gonna bring it up before we get there. Yeah, they have feelings too. All right, we're coming up on the mini boss, the mini boss of this level, the first boss, the boss of the first part. It's not really a real boss, that's why I call it a mini boss. But it is it's gonna be a part of the main boss when you get there. Oh. Damn, that was close. Alright, that thing that flew off is gonna be a part of the main boss. Sometimes you get extra lives for shooting those blocks, or those rocks that come tumbling down. Whoa! Sorry. So, Freppa, what have you been up to today? Been at work as usual? Or are you actually on vacation? Yeah, I forgot. I think you told me previously. No, we're gonna wait until that disappears because I'm not gonna get that one. Thank you. Now, if anybody else is in the chat, feel free to give a shout out, make yourself known. Oh no. This jump always jinxes me. Or like, this jump is always trouble for me. Sometimes I make it, sometimes I don't. This is actually kind of tricky. Alright. Oh, a movie. What movie? Alright, here we go. Ah, I knew it! I knew it! Damn. Alright, fine. I can do this without the homing weapon. Because all you do is fire at this cannon first, make sure it dies, and then you jump up here and you just fire this way. Whoa! Oh, that's right. He releases bubbles. Nothing to it. And that was Area 3. Oh, I've actually not seen Point Break. I don't think. I don't know. Alright, Area 4. This is the first alien stage, or like the biological stage. Which is curious because usually in Probotector the biological stages come at the very last, and it also makes sense, but in this game it's actually the laboratory which is the last one. No, I don't want to spread. Alright, that's good. Good. Surfers and bank robberies, okay. I can't say it's... I mean, the title might sound familiar to me. I don't know exactly. But, yeah. Now, I remember having this game, and I also had the instruction manual, and in that manual, there was like all these descriptions of the enemies, and those things we are facing right now are actually louses. Louses. Lice. What do you call a louse? Like in plural. That's lice, right? And the boss of this stage is like an alien spider. Oh, that's true. I almost forgot about that one. Almost took my head off. You want to know what I've done today, actually, besides going to the dentist? I have mainly been at home and watching... I've been at home watching Season 6 of The Simpsons. I actually have all 10 box sets, all 10 seasons in DVD box sets. I bought them second hand for like 80 bucks. Typ 800 kronor. Keanu Reeves and Patrick Swayze. Oh, okay. Interesting. I might have to look that up. Hey, another extra life. Awesome. Come on. Okay, now my mom is saying goodnight to me. Alright. And here comes the boss. He's pretty easy as long as you just remember to... Okay! That was actually pretty interesting. It usually never happens. I usually never die on this guy. Yeah, I probably stood a little too close. Now he's a little quicker. And you know what it is? I think I always have the homing weapon here because I usually it's become like a second nature to me, like this game, so I usually never die, so I usually keep the weapon. But, well, if you don't die, you don't experience anything new, you know. Okay, that was weird. Alright, last stage, Area 5. Home stretch, baby. Yeah, can we say aliens? Or alien? Alright, let's do it. Now, there is a little something I learned during the recent years. It's the fact that this big cylindrical containment unit has a little secret, and if you blast it for long enough, you will get it. Of course, you should be ready. Oh well. Oh well. Never mind. But now you know, at least. Now you know. The homing weapon was there. I think that was just... Wow! Hello, Focus. Where are you? Huh. Fascinating. It might sound a little cocky when I always say, or usually say, I usually don't die in this game. Well, actually, I mean, the games that I've been streaming, like, the recent games at least, this one included, are games that I usually don't die in. So I'm just being honest, because these are games that I grew up with, and like I played them to death. So in the end, I like knew everything, where every enemy would appear, and naturally you would get good at it. So it's not like I'm trying to brag or anything. There are tons of games that I've played that I know I die in, you know, a lot. So Freppa, when are you going to bed? Work day tomorrow? Working man. Oh yeah. Alright, this is the last stretch. We're gonna face off against a big robot, and then after the big robot, it's like the final boss, and you will see what I was talking about earlier. Right, before we get to the robot, we have a little ways to go still, but ah, fuck! I'm not used to having this weapon at this late in the game. Pretty soon it's bedtime. Oh, you start at 0600 tomorrow. 0600! Yes, sir! Alright, good luck with that. Be sure to catch me tomorrow. I'm gonna be streaming tomorrow again. I think I have an idea regarding what game I'm gonna be streaming, but I'll take that when I'm done with this game. Alright, here's the robot. Alright. Now it's actually Freppa. Now it's actually robot on robot violence. Bye-bye. So, I remember when I was a kid and this door opened, I thought there was something coming out of the door, so I stood here like an idiot for like a minute and I was just waiting, like, what's going on? Why isn't somebody coming? But then I realized you're actually supposed to go inside. I thought like the final boss was coming out. Awesome 3 days party. Oh, really? 3 days party? 3 days party? Really? You're gonna be partying at work, or what do you mean? You're having a party soon? Elaborate. Alright, so we're going in to face off against the final boss, and the thing of it is, this boss has no defenses. Well, he has, in a way, he has defenses. I'm gonna have to dodge some electrical spikes here, electrical currents. Oh, me streaming 3 days in a row. Yeah, actually, I'm trying to stream as often as I can now, because I want this to be a consistent thing. But anyway, this last boss, the only defenses he has is like set into the ground. So if I dodge them all, I'm gonna be safe. And then when we reach him, he's pretty much defenseless. That's why I call him the final boss. Alright. This is the first electrical current. Dodge that one. Second one. Third and fourth. Alright, let's see. That's always surprisingly easy. I don't know why. It actually looks pretty difficult because they are kind of fast, but I don't think I've ever died on these things. That is weird. Alright, so here's the final boss, and what do we have? Well, we kind of have like a brain-like entity stuck inside a glass jar. Now, if you may know, like, the boss in the NES version is also some kind of, like, heart-like entity, but at least he has, like, alien facehuggers coming at you, so he kind of has an offensive weapon of sorts. This one, all you have to do is quite literally just... look at the glass. It's shattering. It's cracking. Boom. That was it. That's all for Probotector, but I want to stay for the ending cutscene because the song is awesome. And as usual in a Probotector game, you see yourself fleeing the island. Alright, time for some awesome chiptunes. Ow! Yeah, right? Intense ending boss. End boss. Intense end boss and really intense final battle, I know. So that's basically it for Probotector. Now I keep wondering how many games do I have left. I guess I could go into... no, I can't actually. I have to have the emulator as active before... I can do that soon. Sitting on needles. Yes, I know. I mean, did you see it? I was on the ropes and he was like, "Oh, I'm gonna kill you." Yeah. Boom. FC Contra Team. They had their own football club. Presented by Konami. Back in the days when Konami did good games. Like when they were a serious game company. When they gave us quality, like Probotector, Turtles in Time, like all of those good, I mean, really cultural treasures of us gamers. Alright, so that's basically it. Let's turn this shit off. There you go. Alright, now I'm gonna bring up a list of games that I still have to go through. I mean, yeah, let's do that, actually. While I have you online, let's see how many games I have to go, like the games that I owned as a kid. Let me tell you what games I had as a kid, and let me tell you what games I will be streaming, because there is at least one game that I'm not gonna touch with a 10-foot pole. Let's see. There you are. Alright. Now, I'm actually looking at an image of when I sold these games, and it's the same image that I projected up on my online ad. Alright, so I have done Turtles Follow the Foot Clan. I have done Super Mario Land. I have done Batman Return of the Joker, and now I have done Probotector. That's four games. Right. I have left Gargoyle's Quest. That one is gonna be multiple part episodes, because that is, I love that game actually. That game is it was actually my first RPG experience ever as a kid. So that's probably like also up there with my favorite games. Then I have Speedy Gonzales. Yeah, I actually have Speedy Gonzales, or I had. I still rue the day when I sold these games. Like, I sold all the games and the portable console, my Game Boy Advance, and 5 Game Boy Advance games with manuals, for like $40. Yeah, whatever. Let's continue. Speedy Gonzales. That could be a one-part episode. No, maybe 2. I don't know. I don't remember what the save. How you saved in that game. I don't think you can save either. Or maybe it's like passwords. Turrican. That game is kind of difficult because you have no hit reaction. It's basically the enemies just come at you, and then when they touch you, you're hurt, but you don't react, so you're kind of standing with the enemies and watch them consume your hit points, and then you're dead. Also, the sprites are very small, so you can't. It's very difficult to jump between platforms. Tiny Toon Adventures 2: Montana's Movie Madness. That one is fun, but it's not my favorite game. But it is a good game that I owned. But I never completed it. I never beat it authentically. I've only beaten it with an emulator because my favorite stage was also the most difficult, and I rarely got past it, the science fiction stage. That also has... I think I'm gonna do a top 10, like, musical tracks for the Game Boy, because that stage is a given, and also the train for the in Batman Return of the Joker. I think I'm gonna do something like that. Yeah, now I got an idea. Onward, we have Godzilla. That's a puzzle game, and that takes forever. We'll see if I do that. Kick Off, Super Kick Off. That's soccer. No, that's boring as all hell. Solar Striker. It's an overhead shooter, kind of an arcade style. I guess I could do that, but it's also kind of boring. Mortal Kombat 2. The worst Mortal Kombat I have ever played. I mean, not the 2 itself, but the 2 for Game Boy. And I'll explain why when we get to that. RoboCop. That is actually a very fun game. Adventure Island 2. That is also a fun game. Kung Fu Master. Short and kind of dull. Mega Man 2. That is fun. Absolutely, we can do that. And then, of course, we have Super Mario Land 2. That one is a given. Now, the one game that I said I wouldn't be touching with the 10-foot pole is the Castlevania adventure. The first Castlevania game for the Game Boy. It's just too difficult. It is flawed. It is virtually impossible to beat. I mean, yes, people have beaten it. I've watched Mike and Ryan beat it as well, but I can't beat it because you have like 2 or 3 lives, 4 at the most, and then the controls are horrible, and if you die, you have to start the entire game. I mean, if you consume all your continues, you have to start the entire game all over again. And when you get to Dracula, there's no way you can learn his pattern like in a few tries. So you're gonna have to do the entire game over and over and over and over and over and over again. No, I'm not doing that. I'm not doing that. Ugh. Oh, you're giving your vote, Freppa? Really? Okay. Mega Man 2 or Super Mario Land 2. Actually, I've already decided what game I'm going to play next, and it's not going to be a Game Boy game. Next time I'm going to do going 16-bit, because I feel I've slighted the Super Nintendo scene enough as it is. So I'm going to do that tomorrow or the day after tomorrow, but I think I'm going to do it tomorrow. And it is actually going to be The Simpsons Bart's Nightmare, because that game has a special place in my heart. But we'll detail that when we get to it tomorrow. Now, thank you for this moment of your time. It has been fun playing Probotector with you, I guess you could call it. Wario Land. Yeah, I know. I never owned Wario Land, actually, but we can do that as well. But we have a long summer ahead, and we have a long year ahead. You know, I'm not finished with this. I have a lot of games to play, so don't worry. I'm gonna be streaming like at least for a couple of years ahead. Anyway, that's it for today. I hope to see you again tomorrow. Or if I don't stream tomorrow, it's gonna be the day after tomorrow. So, yeah. Freppa, take care, and I'll see you. Good luck at work tomorrow, and be safe. Alright, see you guys. Bye.